Every holiday season, the video game industry operates on a predictable rhythm. Major publishers stack the release calendar, going head-to-head and battling for your time and money. But look at the schedules for late 2025 and 2026, and you will notice a deviation. The heaviest hitters in the industry are quietly, steadily packing up and abandoning their targeted launch windows. They are running from a $2 billion weather event, Grand Theft Auto 6. To understand the panic inside rival boardrooms, we have to look at the math from a decade ago. Grand Theft Auto 5 pulled in $1 billion in retail sales in exactly 3 days. That record challenged everything in entertainment. Within 72 hours, Rockstar's earnings eclipsed the highest-grossing projects in Hollywood history, including Avatar and The Avengers. This creates what economists call an attention vacuum. When Rockstar drops a release, a single $100 purchase swallows 90% of a player's monthly gaming budget. With Twitch streamers and journalists exclusively covering Vice City, there is no visibility and no cash left for anyone else. Launching a $200 million competitor into that blast radius is a guaranteed act of corporate suicide. Massive studios are choosing the safest option: evacuation. Heavyweights like Ubisoft and the major RPG developers are intentionally shuffling their flagship titles deep into late 2026 or even 2027. Technical anxiety is driving those delays. A standard open-world game today features a city where about 5% of the buildings have explorable interiors. Reports suggest Rockstar is pushing Vice City's density to 70%. Anything released near it will instantly look dated. The sole exception in the AAA space is the annual shooter market. Titles like Call of Duty are actually accelerating their schedules, aiming for early summer releases to extract player cash before the GTA pre-order window opens. Then there is the gamble from S-Game. They pushed their title, Phantom Blade Zero, straight into the launch window. They are targeting a vocal, hardcore minority who actively dislike the modern, satirical open-world formula. By offering a dark, linear, ultra-fast hack-and-slash experience, S-Game is positioning itself as a refuge for players seeking the absolute antithesis of the Rockstar hype. When faced with a market monopoly, the viable business paths are narrow: run as far away as possible or build the absolute polar opposite. While rival publishers flee, an entirely different sector of the industry is relying on Rockstar's launch for survival. Physical retailers operate in a symbiotic relationship with massive software drops. When millions of players walk into a store for a physical copy, they also buy new controllers, grab high-end headsets, and external solid-state drives. That peripheral halo effect is the actual profit center for these chains, and those players are going to need the hardware upgrades. Running Rockstar's upgraded Rage engine with its dynamic global illumination and heavy AI simulations will push base consoles to their absolute limit. Engine programmers are particularly concerned about this white console. The Xbox Series S has a severely limited pool of RAM, creating a technical bottleneck for a world simulating this much traffic and physics. Sony recognizes this anxiety. They are framing a $700 PlayStation 5 Pro upgrade as the technical requirement for 60 frames per second. They have 50 million standard console owners ready for that pitch. But while the hardware markets thrive, independent and mid-tier developers operate on razor-thin margins. Unlike the massive AAA giants, small studios lock the financial runway to postpone their projects for an entire year. They must launch to pay their staff, even when the timing is disastrous. Releasing an indie game during this window means fighting an unwinnable battle against algorithmic suppression. YouTube and Twitch mechanics aggressively favor trending topics. If a creator covers a niche indie title while audiences demand GTA content, the algorithm actively punishes their channel. This singular release will inject massive capital into retail and hardware ecosystems, but it will simultaneously suffocate the independent software market. The financial ripples of this launch extend far beyond a single season. Take-Two Interactive's deployment strategies will likely alter the pricing standards for the entire medium. This timeline tracks a strategy known as double dipping. Rockstar delays the PC version, knowing players buy a console copy first, an initial $70 purchase. Years later, players happily pay another $70 when the PC edition launches, with unlocked frame rates and mod support. Extracting cash from players twice is only part of the equation. The far more damaging effect on the industry happens through a process known as brain drain. Backed by a budget approaching $2 billion, Rockstar has the capital to recruit top-tier talent from across the globe. They are poaching elite programmers, AI architects, and lead animators away from rival studios with offers of astronomical salaries and stock options. When a competitor loses their lead animation director in the middle of a project, the results are immediate. This vacuuming up of the industry's best minds directly correlates to the quality drops and delays currently plaguing other major studios. Grand Theft Auto 6 will push the technical and narrative limits of interactive media to a level we haven't seen before, but that achievement has a high price. The creation of a single, flawless masterpiece relies on starving and hollowing out the diverse ecosystem beneath it.